Hello, I've got a question for petrol, diesel and EV owners a bit later. If you don't mind sticking around, it won't be long. But first, the RAC have a report on the price per mile comparison of electric vehicles compared to petrol and diesel. And it's claiming that using a public rapid charger is dearer than petrol or diesel car per mile. It claims charging cost is 21p a mile for an EV compared to 17p or 20p for diesel. And of course, social media, news channels are full of misleading headline information. So let's take a closer look. Recently, electric prices in the UK have gone up and gas prices have reduced a little. And in a country with one of the highest oil and petrol prices in the world, that's quite an achievement. That petrol for a car is cheaper than electricity in an EV using ultra-rapid chargers. So in detail, last May, according to the RAC, charging an EV at home cost 8p a mile, compared to 13p in a rapid charger and 15p at an ultra-rapid charger. Petrol was 19p a mile and diesel 20p a mile. This January, charging at home had increased, according to the RAC, to 10p a mile and a rapid charger 20p a mile and ultra-rapid charger 21p. Petrol cars 17p and 20p for a diesel. So naturally, our media are using this information to say petrol and diesel are cheaper to run than EVs, forgetting to mention you have to charge at the most expensive chargers. Some of them are owned by oil companies when there are many more cheaper ones available. So the RAC electric car calculations are based on a car's efficiency of 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour, and petrol and diesel calculations are based on a car averaging 40 miles per gallon. But I looked at my own figures. I always keep for my Tesla Model 3 LFP standard range. So I've driven 12,339 miles and I've used 3,008 kilowatt hours. That equates to 4.1 miles per kilowatt, which is much better than the RAC average of 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Charging at home, RAC says January is 10p a mile, but for my Tesla it's only 8p. And some people pay as little as 2p a mile charging at night and 0 if they have solar panels. Okay, Tesla superchargers have also gone up in price. The average is 60p a kilowatt hour in the UK. That's from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. But for most of the day, 20 hours, they only cost 46p a kilowatt hour. But of course, the majority of people do go from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m, the busiest time. It's also the worst time for the national grid because that's when people are cooking and they would prefer electric vehicles not to charge then. So my car has averaged 205 miles fully charged and has a 50 kilowatt battery. And the higher Tesla price, 4 to 8 p.m, 60p kilowatt hours, works out at 14.6p a mile, not the RAC average of 21p for the ultra-rapid charger. In fact, they are 50% higher than Tesla, but if you charge at Tesla the 20 hours between 8 p.m. and 4 p.m. at 46p a kilowatt, the price is much cheaper. In fact, it's only 11.2p a mile, almost half the price the RAC ultra-rapid price per mile, or so they claim. So what about other chargers? Gridson, I find pretty good. They're on most motorway services. I sometimes use them as a backup to Tesla, just in case a day comes when the Tesla's not working, because they're usually pretty close to one another. They're simple to use, they have contactless payments now, so that's pretty straightforward. And the prices are between 49p and 66p a kilowatt hour, depending if they were fast or ultra-rapid charging. So my Tesla Model 3 charging at Gridson costs work out between 12p and 16p a mile, which is much less than the RAC figures for petrol and diesel. cars, bearing in mind that many chargers, when you are not in a hurry, are much cheaper to use than the ultra rapid chargers. Let's say you're at work, gym, or at home, and speed is not an issue. Also, people who charge at home and go on long trips have the advantage of being fully charged at the lower price and only need enough rapid charge to get to their destination and return home, where they can fully charge at their home lower price. Even if you can't charge at home, many owners use the slower chargers close to their homes, which are much cheaper, often between 30 and 40p a kilowatt hour, than the rapid or ultra rapid chargers. So anyone who's ever driven in Europe knows petrol and diesel are much cheaper there than in the UK, and Tesla superchargers are much cheaper in Spain and Portugal, about a third of the price of the UK. Also, I use the Milo app for use in Portugal public charging, which cost around 27p a kilowatt hour, and they often have promotions at quieter times under 0.10 of a euro, which is a fantastic price, cheaper than most people are charging at home, probably half the price. 1/10 the price of petrol and diesel in the UK. And Mayo do this at times that aren't peak. It could be 8 o'clock at night or 7 or 8 in the morning. But if you want to get really good value, it encourages people to use the Mayo card for electricity at very quiet times. I know a lot of people in the UK are concerned if everyone starts charging when people are cooking in the evening, when there's the maximum use of electricity. Well, it's an easy way around this by encouraging people to charge at the quieter times. So the cost per mile of driving to the Algarve using Tesla superchargers, local public charging and some free destination charging is 10.6p a mile. That's less than the RAC say is the average cost of charging an EV at home in the UK, and I wasn't at home. However, sadly, many people will see the headlines that EVs are dearer to run the gas, which is totally untrue. They are dearer to purchase EVs, but servicing is a fraction of the cost, and in 17 months my servicing costs are zero. Earlier I said I was going to ask a question to petrol, diesel and EV owners, and the question is, what is your servicing and repair bills for the last year? And please let me know in the comments below. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like and hit the bell. And don't forget to take your reusable mug wherever you go. Thanks very much and see you next time. Bye.